Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, once in a while, we experience the conflict with the people, right? And when the conflict is there, notice how we like to prove our point. And definitely, that's how the world is, You are proving your point, and the world is proving their point. And then from there, we come to a place of flexibility, and we choose the better version of the knowledge to move forward. That's the healthy approach in the relative world. And sometimes we become stubborn in our viewpoint, and we stick with it. And if the point is not aligned with the nature way, and that's the way to get stuck. So sometimes you fight and get stuck with the points. Sometimes you're flexible in sharing the points. Now, whether you are stuck in your viewpoint or you're open to a new viewpoint, when it comes to spiritual awakening, when it comes to freedom from the mind, then we have to investigate all the mental fight. The whole reason is to dissolve the mind. To dissolve the mind, we have to investigate the mind. And the act of proving our point comes from our preference, and that itself is a mental fight. So if you have the habit of proving your point all the time, take a moment and ask yourself, why do I have this urge to prove my point? That's it. Just sit with it. Even it is important to do so in the relative world, you do it. That's fine. But when it comes to spiritual freedom, when it comes to enlightenment, when it comes to freedom from the mind, you can't ignore this simple inquiry. Inquiry is the way to be free from the mind. So you have an attitude of proving the point, or any attitude. But here I'm talking about proving our points. So why do I have this urge to say something? Just that, sit with this why. This why is going to help you trace the mind to figure out the root cause of the surface fluctuation, the urge, and from there, if you stay with the why after figuring out the root cause of the fluctuation, then that will help you to go all the way to dissolve the root as well. So basically, the urge to say something to prove our point comes from our preference. And the preference is the belief. So when you trace your urge back, you see the belief, and your life is happening from this belief because of the fear. So when you trace your attitude, your urge back, that's what's going to happen. You see the ingrained conditioning, which is the belief, and also the fear. And once you see the conditioning, belief, and fear, you don't stop there. Ask yourself, now why you have the fear? Why do I have the fear? And that's the way to go until, that's the way to trace the mind back further until, we can move further back. That's where we end up with a no mind. And this is the way to create a foundation to be free from the mind. This is just a simple approach in tracing the one aspect of our life back. And there are many aspects, that we are aligned with, and we have to trace it back. Everything, all fight backward, and that's the way to create a good foundation. And when the good foundation is there, then when you ask yourself, who am I? Then that's where you click to see the plain sight truth. That's where your ego sees, your ego sees that the ego cannot comprehend the truth, and that's where the ego drops. So inquiry approach is the way to be free from the mind. Anything that is happening in our lives, we can investigate by tracing back why we experience things, and that can help us to get to the truth. We don't need fancy stuff to get to the truth. Our simple day-to-day life can help us get to the truth. Okay, hope this video makes sense to you to some extent. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.